Well, nerves can easily get the better of us, especially when speaking in public, and the result can be humiliating. Some of us resort to incoherent rambling, while others adopt an awkward silence.
Yeah, the brain snap has become something of a rich tradition in the world of beauty pageantry, where we now expect contestants to trip over their own tongues.
Beauty, grace, poise. They're guaranteed to earn top scores in any pageant. But when it comes to the question round, the pressure is on. Meet Miss Utah. She's the latest to draw a blank during the competition's toughest round.
I think we can relate this back to education and how we are continuing to try to strive to...
The pageant co-owner Donald Trump was quick to defend her, tweeting, anyone can lose their train of thought. And she's not alone. Cue Miss Venezuela's incoherent ramblings from last year's Miss Universe pageant.
If you could make a new law, what would it be, and explain why?
I think that we should have a straight way to go in our similar or in our life as it is. For example, I am a surfer, and I think that the best way that I can take is the way that I wait for it. So please do our only law that we can do.
But the crown for best botched answer must go to Miss Teen South Carolina. In 2007, she had everyone wondering, what the?
I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have maps and...
Oh, look, I saw her on the talk show recently and they played the whole thing back to her. Like, this stuff doesn't go away. What's behind brain snaps like this? How can you stop yourself from blanking out? Let's ask a psychotherapist, Shane Warren. I only had one thing when I saw psychotherapist. Hello, Shane. Most of us, are prone to forgetting where we are and what we're going to say from time to time.
True, very true. Look, and you've got to feel sorry for this poor person. These individuals are out there and they're doing what they want to do, but they're also doing what we're programmed to do. So when we actually get really nervous and we actually are really frightened, we actually brain freeze and we snap. And what's actually happening there is a part of our brain tells us that to stop talking. That's actually saying. So we actually there. Think about it as if, going back to evolution. We're in a jungle and a big dinosaur, a tiger turns up. You're not going to stand there and go, a big dinosaur. You're going to stand there and shut up. And actually just really look silent. And
because we're scared?
That's right, because our nerves are taking over and our body's programming is kicking in.
I feel so sorry for these girls. I mean, we do this professionally. I've seen some of the smartest people in the world up on stage in front of a crowd freeze. I feel really sorry for these girls who don't do it all of the time. How can we manage it? If this is happening to us, how can we manage it? What can we do?
The best thing I would suggest also is to always know what's happening inside our body and then try and anchor that particular sort of situation. So what they would say, know our primary emotional theory. This comes from the School of Resilient Psychology, which tells us all of us have a primary emotion we feel in times of terror. It could be anger, it could be frustration, it could be sadness, whatever. Know what it is. Name that emotion, because one of the secrets in psychology is if we name the emotion, we begin to diffuse its power. So name it to yourself.
Like I'm jump scared.
That's right.
Okay.
So I'm feeling scared, I'm feeling nervous, kind of stuff. So
not give it a name like Jeremy.
No.
Okay, sorry.
That might help if you want to, but it's up to you. And then we say anchor the emotion, that kind of stuff. So for example, classic example is nervousness. Most of us feel that around the tummy, okay? And it's when that nervousness actually starts creeping up through our body, our voice gets a bit funny, our eyes swell up, and then our brain freezes. So get control very quickly, anchor it, say stay in the tummy. Just keep it there, so that way I can keep my head logical.
Wow. So I was going to ask you about some techniques. Here they are. Keep the emotion under control. It's a future fear belief. I think this is really important. Take us through that one.
Look, remember anxiety is a future fear belief. What we're saying there really strongly is for most of us when we are nervous, we go into the emotion of anxiety. It's very common. So what we say that anxiety is a future fear belief, really you don't necessarily feel anxiety as emotion. It's a hate-driven kind of concept. And what you've done is you've gone, wow, this is what's happening for me right now, and your mind just shoots way ahead to all the bad things that could happen, So, in these kind of situations, you might be thinking, oh, everyone's looking at me, everyone's laughing, I'm looking like a fool, this is what's kind of going on in our head. So we're going in that process, and we're beginning to get more confused there. So what we really say with anxiety, particularly, but with all this kind of stuff, deal with what's in front of you. that kind of stuff. So respond to what's happening here in front, not what's going on in your head.
Okay, so don't jump. If I don't do this right, I'm going to lose my job. If I lose my job, I'm going to lose my house. And then
That's right. My family's going to hate me. I'm going to be a loser. Everyone's going to laugh at me.
So bring it back.
Bring it right back to what's going on in the moment, that kind of stuff, and try and stay within that process. And some of us are naturally very prone to anxiety. So if you know you're an anxiety person, the best thing to do is really start practicing this all the time.
Okay, so more and more people have to do this, whether it's presenting to a boardroom of 5 people or a conference of whatever, or your workmates or TV, whatever. So you're walking up to that situation, you're feeling really bad, it's all coming unstuck. What's happening in the last 30 seconds for you?
Look, one of the things we talk about, the practice of real-time resilience. So a really key thing in that kind of process is, we know the fact that, we're all psychological can guarantee one thing, we're programmed to prove ourselves right. That's what we say. So make sure the message in your head is actually not a bad message. So, because what you do, if you think you're going to make a fool of yourself, you look for evidence to make a fool of yourself, and that's what it'll do. Okay? So you look at people laughing at you, you look at people not following you, you look at all these other cues that come with it, and in your head you go, see, they think I'm a stranger, they think I'm stupid. Spot on.
So instead of doing that, you do what?
Make sure you're trying to program yourself a little bit more effectively. So know the fact, I'm going to go on stage, I'm going to feel nervous. I'm going to go into this boardroom and I've got to present to my CEO. I'm going to feel a little bit dumb, a little bit stupid, because he's God and I'm just a little nobody, that kind of stuff. Know those feelings are natural, own those feelings, anchor them a little bit, and then get some evidence in your head to go further. I'm invited to the boardroom because they want to hear my story. Okay? Click onto that and run with that.
Find the good stuff.
That's it. They're going to make eye contact, they're going to follow you.
Thank you very much, Shane.
All right.
Good advice. Now, while we're on this topic, Miss Utah, Marissa Howell, has spoken out about that sort of cringeworthy moment that she had her brain snap and bumbled through her response. Just have a listen to this.
I was so excited and I was so nervous, and I got up to this top 5 question. I was the first one, and I got up and the question was a little bit confusing to me, and I just started speaking without really processing.
What was the question?
Well, she's been given a second chance at responding to the question that threw her during the beauty pageant, and we're going to show you if she's able to redeem herself. That's coming up for you a little later in the show. We'll see how she goes round 2.
She'll be great. She'll take all of this advice on.
I'm hoping she does.
No, but she's had 48 hours to think about it and formulate an answer. Very different to being put on the spot and having to come up with the answer.
There's one thing I can add in there. She's got to believe what she's saying too. Because one of the things as well, if we actually get all these people throwing words at us, then you just get into the jumble and it doesn't make sense as well. So
she didn't believe what she was saying.
And if it was a man in Speedos, you'd be much more sympathetic, I'm tipping.
No, I'm very sympathetic. No, I'm very sympathetic to her. I've said that all along. I absolutely feel for her. That doesn't mean not having sympathy. I'm saying of course she's able to redeem herself because she's had 48 hours to think about as opposed to an improv question.
That's coming up for you. We look forward to it. Hey, I know I am. Double denim, now in style. I know I was shocked too. We've got more on that for you soon.
First, Glenn learns a few tricks in the kitchen.